Getting hard way to teeth back when you know these feet. My bad, y'all. I'm in here gambling this shit. I forgot I had a motherfucking show tonight. I'm in here gambling, running back and forth to each room. I say, forget I had a show. I looked out. I said, oh shit, I'm late for the show. Let me get this thing shared though. Let me get this thing shared into my monetization on. Isaiah Felix, my boy, what's good, G? Isaiah, I almost forgot I had a show tonight, Isaiah. Okay, let me get this thing shared. Let me get my monetization on. First thing I'm gonna do is to my monetization on. I did a whole show last stream without my shit on. Ain't no folks just gave up their easy ass bass. Yeah. I got news that the WBC about to order Tyson Fury, Fury-Whyte. Southern won't be the first time. Right, Isaiah, but I came through today. Oh God, I came through today. I said, damn, I almost put another one in jump. I gotta get this thing shared and everything, Isaiah. I'm bullshit. First use commentary only. I'm gonna start putting that sheet down there in my description too. So so they can stop copyright claiming my shit. My Saturday marathon got copyright claim. And I didn't appreciate that at all. I'm getting right. Let me get right though. Let me get this thing shared. I'm robbing the boogie tonight too, y'all. But I got rid of Fury-Whyte, Tyson Fury. Might be a real thing. And if that's true, Andy Ruiz, if that is true, Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder, you know, that rumor also may be true. That makes more sense. He said, you think Fury would take the fight, though, as predictable as he is? I wouldn't be surprised if he just retired, but we never know with him. Why my son's doing your Grizzlies like that, man? I mean, yesterday, the Grizzlies went ham tonight. With I bet on y'all tonight. Y'all went ham last night. The Grizzlies, we've been skiing lately. I ain't gonna lie, we've been. Damn, this man just missed. I bet on y'all tonight. Y'all bullshit. Y'all better not blow my shit with it. Shout out my Mississippi brother, the troll killer, Mr. Shelton. What's good, y'all? I told you I almost missed this jump. Why Ruiz don't fire? Jump back with a bang. Yeah, and Ortiz versus Charles Martin. Got they done official. Like that ain't no if and buts about Charles Martin and Ortiz. They done official. Let me get this thing. So I told you I almost missed. I was robbing the butcher. But I need Phoenix not to lose my shit. I bet on Phoenix to win tonight. They down 2. I feel like they finna give up a trade, and I'm gonna be sad as hell. And they fucking did. Let's go. He missed. Let's go. Let's go. He barely missed that hoe too. I'm glad he did. Excited to see King Kong back. He go KO Martin. Yeah, I think so too. I like that fight, Ortiz Martin. Yeah, I like that fight too. Because Martin is number 1 in IBF rankings, right? So Ortiz do that fight. He number 1 in the IBF rankings. That means Andrew Ruiz and Deontay Wilder can fight. That'll be 3 versus 4. Tyson Fury and Dylan White, that'll be 1 versus 5. Like my guy Isaiah said, I really don't think Tyson Fury gonna even do it. So you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking Tyson Fury gonna ask to be franchised, and then that's gonna make either Wilder versus White or White versus Ruiz, and then Tyson Fury gonna take his franchise title, fight Usyk. Then the winner of White Ruiz for Tyson Fury belt go fight then the winner of Usyk Fury type deal, and then Fury after that, then Usyk and Wilder go fight for a belt type shit. It's a lot that can happen, especially with Tyson Fury, being in the fucking heavyweight division, because he gonna vacate, and Usyk down to fight whoever. So ain't gonna be no more of that heavyweight division on hold. Either one because Tyson Fury go vacate, or one because Usyk go fight everybody. AJ was the nigga holding up the heavyweight division, not wanting to fight nobody. And shit, Michelle, it's a lot of shit that can happen with the heavyweight. I'm finna get right in shit in a minute, y'all. I had to bring my shit up. I robbed the book and shit. I need the Lakers to win now.
There you see Zach Levine on your screen. 26 points for
he said, watch it lead to a 4th fight.
Straight games.
On your screen.
LA Lakers, they won 3 of their last 4. That's coming up next. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Flo, along with the Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas and the future Hall of Famer Candace Parker. Will get you right and ready for the Bulls and the Lakers. CP, coming to you first, Ace, because she said I was freezing around. I wasn't giving her.
I was standing in the corner waiting.
She was ready. She says
You took a contested shot.
Yeah, I did. I should have passed it to my teammates.
Okay.
He was giving those last second shot clock shots. He was like, no, take that shot. Listen, as the point guard, I have to do better distributing with my teammates. So with that being said, we're looking at this Bulls backcourt. Well, I should say the wing players mainly. When you have Levine, you have DeRozan, both playing at an extremely high level. And we know that you have to get that scoring. I mean, do you think which one of these two is more important in this game?
Well, I think DeMar DeRozan
really does taking the pressure. You never know with the heavyweight division, especially with Tyson Fury being up there.
I do think
Usyk ain't no spring chicken type shit. Wilder ain't no spring chicken. So it's about to be some shaking and moving in them motherfuckers.
There is. That's a clear out for you right there. Candace got her shots up. Hey, let's send it out to Los Angeles. Bill McDonald and Stu Lance.
A mid-range team that they will get out on the break and have some fun. Let's see how the Lakers can do to end this homestand. Zach Levine, the former Bruin. DeMar DeRozan's going to try a 3. The rebound goes to West.
I need LA to win too. I've been on LA too. Trey Ball's up. Trey Ball's down. Trey Ball's up. Trey Ball's down. Woo. Shout out my nigga D-Had sliding through. Appreciate you sliding through, D-Had. Glad you can make it, bro. Glad you can make it. WBC about to order White versus Fury. The question is Fury gonna take the fight type deal? That means Andy Ruiz, Wilder could be in play. You know what I mean? And Ortiz versus Charles Martin got ordered. That junk is official. The WBC might be finna order Tyson Fury White. Ruiz been hollering about Wilder for 2 years. Wilder can't come back until May, but he's looking for a May fight. Charles Martin was one of his options. Charles Martin is about to fight Luis Ortiz, so Wilder got the Trevor Brad fight, and he got the Andy Ruiz fight. It's floating in the air. Andy Ruiz say he won Wilder, so I take that fight too. That would be the best case scenario, I think, because Ruiz, although he big in name, Andy Ruiz, although a good fighter, His style is all bad for Deontay Wilder, so that'll be a big name for Deontay Wilder to come back on after his Tyson Fury loss and get the juices right back flowing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I'm all for that if it's true. No cap. I'm all for it. He's outside that lame shit. Fury going to maneuver out of that. Most like exactly. I think Lakers got to make a fucking shot. They get out of open shots. I think Fury go ask to be franchised. I think Fury go ask to be franchised or some shit like that. Rush through that badass pass.
Yeah, chose the wrong place to throw the ball. Should have given it to the middle and let the middle decide whether he wanted to give it to Carmelo. All right, Lakers up on 3 of 4, 7 of 9 here at home.
Rush through that badass pass.
They won 114-106 yesterday afternoon against San Antonio. Down the middle, Bradley can't score. Trying to throw it out. Challenged by Davis. Going Tucker at the other end.
Let's go. Tucker. Allen. DeMar DeRozan got buff as hell.
A little over 3 minutes into the game. 6-5.
First thing got 5 me. First thing got 5 me. What city ran to a nigga like me? What you please mind? Fall so hard, this shit crazy. Fall so hard, it's like 5th grade. Davis, my nigga, what it do, Davis? Appreciate you sliding through this jump. My nigga D-High said it Wilder takes the Ruiz fight right after that. That man's a straight savage. They literally don't make Wilders any more facts. Wilder what they call a throwback old school guy. Wilder's what they call a throwback old school guy. Throwback old school fighter. This Wilder one of those. I'm going to bet on Bud via decision/points. I got to check the odds on that because I ain't necessarily made my bet just yet on it. Let me get this thing shared on motherfucking Instagram. Let me share this bitch on Instagram. Cause I'll be forgetting to share with my gram. I'll be forgetting to share with my motherfucking gram. So let me share this joint on the gram. Damn, AD. Let's go 9-9. Now, man, I'm gonna turn the sound down. I'm gonna throw that shit in there too, though. Fair use commentary. I'm gonna throw that fair use commentary. Now, I ain't gonna turn the sound down. I'm gonna throw that fair use commentary on the shit in there and see if they were like BFTV be doing. I be saying it, but they'll still fuck my shit up. Shout out my guy. He said salute to all. He said, okay. He jumped on. I gotta check the odds on Buzz in there. I gotta check the odds on Bud and the points. Lakers can't shoot. Damn. Damn. Put that nigga ass in the dirt. I'm finna roll me up another blunt. But yeah. So I think really what I think gonna happen is I don't think Tyson Fury too enthused to fight Dylan White, but on some let's just say Tyson Fury already asked, could he skip his mandatory? He already asked him, could he skip his mandatory type deal. So he has no intention to fight, Dylan White. So let's just say Tyson Fury dropped the belt and he get franchised. The question gonna be, does Alexander Usyk want to fight Tyson Fury with the franchise belt? You know what I mean? He said your favorite Cowboys back. Got them little ass Cowboy fans screaming, yo, Deshaun is back. Shout out my guy Deshaun Thompson. Appreciate you sliding through this jump. We in this jump, talking about the heavyweight division again. We got Ortiz and Charles Martin announced today, number 1 in the IBF, and you got number 4 in the WBC. No, you got Charles Martin, number 1 in the IBF, and Ortiz, who's a top 5 ranked heavyweight, legit top 5 ranked heavyweight. So, you know, this fight got implications on it because the winner of this, Charles Martin is already, you know, #1 in the IBF. So the winner of it. So essentially, Ortiz is fighting for, you know, the IBF spot. The winner of this fight is in line for a title shot. Then you got Wilder and Andy Ruiz, who are 3 and 4 in this. I think Ortiz might be 6. Ortiz is 6. Andy Ruiz is 5. Dylan White is 4. Or Andy Ruiz is 4. Dylan White is 5. Ortiz is 6. I think Ortiz 6. Dylan White 5. Andy Ruiz 4. So you got 4 and Charles Martin is #1 in the IBF. So he the IBF mandatory basically. So you got #6 fighting the #1 fighter in the IBF. You got the WBC about to mandate Tyson Fury, who's the champion, to fight #5 in the WBC type deal. So the heavyweights back. He said, "Who winning Saturday, team? Who winning Saturday? I was supposed to make my prediction video, but I guess I'll go and tell y'all my prediction video shit since we're here. I guess I'll go and tell y'all my predictions since I'm here. I got Bud Crawford. I got Bud Crawford by unanimous decision. And this why I think Bud he said we both won on Munguia. Yep, facts. I think Bud just is going to be able to figure out, and I don't know exactly how Bud gonna beat him to you, but I think Bud is gonna be able to figure out, you know, the Sean Porter puzzle. The thing with Sean Porter is, man, that's a guy where you really don't know what you're getting yourself into until you get in that ring with Sean Porter. And I think Bud is good enough. I think Bud, been putting the work in the gym. I think Bud is going to find a way to win that fight against Sean Porter. I don't have a dog. I don't have a horse in the race. I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't have a horse in this race. I don't have a dog in this fight by no stretch of the imagination. I'm strictly just watching this fight as a fan. Like, I'm strictly just watching this fight as a fan. But I got Bud by UD. But I think that Bud might get dropped in this fight. I think Bud may get dropped in this fight, but I got Bud by UD. I think it's a chance both men could be dropped in this fight, y'all. No cap. I think it's a chance both men could be dropped in this fight, y'all. All of a sudden, Lakers can find themselves down 5-7. DeMar leads the NBA in free throws made. Second, and he got a tick. 35 points last night. 12 out of 16 from the floor. Knocked down 1 3, but made 10 out of 11 free throws. Hey, bullshit. It's been a year in UFC. Deshaun said, "Man, you crazy. I got Porter by UD. Because I already paid off the refs. Bud via UD. I was thinking the same thing. Porter chin wide open on the way in. If Bud times a real uppercut, that's a wrap." He said, like Canelo did. Bud can get a KO late rounds, though. Porter been through a lot of wars. Yeah. I can see both men hitting. The ground in this fight. It's gonna be a war. And Porter have been in a lot of wars, but I don't want to say that because I don't want people to think that I'm saying it as an excuse. Porter has been through a lot of wars, and really, This gonna be the first time Bud fighting somebody that we think 50-50 that he could lose. So they could play in the two type deal. It's gonna be a good fight, man. It's gonna be a good fight. And look though, I watched the second portion of
Airplane mode.
I watched the second part to Bud Porter little series on YouTube, the ESPN series, the little pre-fight series. And Bud understands, and this one thing that I'm happy about. Bud said something that jumped out to me, and I'm glad Bud thinking like this. Bud said, "I'm the one with everything on the line to lose. I'm the one with everything to lose." He said Sean Porter lost before. He said, "I got my pound for pound spot on the line." He said, "It's my belt that's on the line." He said, "My legs on the line." He said, "I'm the one with everything to lose." Bud understand what's going on, and I'm glad that he said it. So Bud taking this, Bud fans saying, Bud go watch Porter and all that shit. But Bud ain't speaking that dumb shit like he go watch Porter. Bud understand what's at stake, and Bud understand what he got to do. He said Sean Porter. He said, and he said this also. He said Sean Porter never been in the ring with a nigga like me. Now I think he's delusional when he says Sean Porter never been in the ring with somebody like him. But I also know that Bud Porter believed that shit what he said. So Bud Porter got the right mindset. I got Bud UD. It's gonna be a tough fight. I got it 55-45 Bud. Unanimous decision. I want to say split, but I'm gonna say UD off the simple thing. I think Bud might win like 2 or 3 rounds. I think he might win like 7-5, 7-5, 7-5. No, 7-5, 7-5. One rep had a 7-5 Porter, but I think one judge had a 7-5 Porter. But I think he gonna win on every card. But I think the fight gonna be close if that make any sense. He said Porter has not taken Bud serious enough, in my opinion, David, and I can kind of see that too. The way Porter talking, like what I'm saying. I don't think he ain't been taking him serious. I just think Porter at a different place in his life. And I wish my nigga Trap was up so we could talk about the way Sean Porter was talking today on the series, because I watched that series. The way that he was talking, it sounded like that Sean Porter is okay with where he at. You know what I'm saying? Type deal. Sean Porter was talking about his motherfucking, desk job and shit during the fight. I can't get no goddamn juice out of here. But yeah. Speaking of how I like what I heard out of Bud, how I like what Bud was saying, I don't really like the language that Sean Porter was speaking, really. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like that language, but I know Sean Porter, dog. Sean Porter ain't never came in a fight and gave you less than. Sean Porter ain't never came in a fight and, not underachieve. He ain't never came in a fight and not gave you a good fight. He never came in a fight and underachieve. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter gonna give you a good fight regardless. But I don't like his language. I don't like, his imagery in the series. Like he was talking about his desk job and all that shit. And in the beginning, y'all know Sean Porter said it himself. When this fight first happened, he made that tweet, he took it down. And I didn't think too much of it because I know Sean Porter always ready, but just his verbiage in this fight has been a little different. When the fight first dropped, y'all remember Sean Porter made that tweet, took it down. He said, what exactly did he say? He said, "Oh shit, I wasn't ready for this, but he said I wasn't ready for this, but what he said I could get." He basically said he wasn't expecting this, he wasn't ready for this, but he excited about the fight, basically. You know what I'm saying? But his verbiage just ain't been Sean Porter like this fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I think he either thinking this fight, I'm either gonna win this fight and I'm gonna retire. I mean, I think he thinking either I'm gonna win this fight and then I keep boxing. But I think he thinking shit. If I lose, I'm gonna just retire and I'm gonna commentate. And I think he's okay with retiring and just commentate. You know what I'm saying? I think he at that point type deal. But I don't think he gonna shortchange us. No, I know he gonna come here and he gonna give us, our money worth. He gonna give his best because that's what Sean Porter do, type shit. Porter talking like Bud is a regular dude. He better wake up. Yeah. Type deal. I need the Lakers to get that shit together. That's what I need. ASAP. I'm finna sign into my
always be open to interpretation.
Sign into my bar stool.
Entering the league with the heaviest of expectations. Leave his home, become a champion, then return a hero. Or watch a young man shape his own legacy and reinvent the game as we know it.
I need Russell to pull some. I need Russell to pull some of that triple-double shit out.
AC Fresh is back in the house, but wearing a Bulls uniform, 27-19, Chicago on top of the purple and gold. Let's look at the head-to-head, the last game. Ouch! Lakers 8-0. In fact, the last Chicago win was on November the 20th, 2016. Their last win of the series. They're trying to sweep this back-to-back. It's the second back-to-back of the year for the Bulls. They beat New Orleans and Detroit. And after that record,
Okay, I'm back. My bad, y'all. Isaiah, what you drop the ass for, Isaiah? What you drop the ass for, though? But yeah, I got Bud UD. I don't like the fact that Bud, talking that he not gonna fight Spence. Shit. And I've been hearing that. I haven't really just sat down and listened to the Bud interviews and nothing like that. But I didn't hear the rumblings and all that shit from the interviews. And everything that I heard leads towards him not fighting Earl Spence. So I'm about to start looking at shit as if he not gonna fight Earl Spence. And also my guy Trap, I've been hearing shit word of mouth. My guy Trap told me that he been talking about 154. The only way it makes sense him not fighting Earl Spence is him going to 154. You know what I'm saying? But first things first, he got to deal with Sean Porter. And Sean Porter got to deal with him. He said that Sean said he wasn't ready or some might get hurt more than I expected. Sean didn't even know. Sean didn't even know this fight was happening. They let you know Bud wasn't trying to make this fight with Sean Porter. Sean didn't even know this fight was happening. And another thing I don't like, but of course, that's how they go do it. This his network. That's how this shit go. Another thing I don't like is how Top Rank pushing this narrative that, Sean Porter is the first guy to step up from the PBC side. Nobody wants to fight Bud from the PBC side. That's not true at all when shit. Bud and Porter wasn't even going to happen. This shit had to be mandated. Hey, and was y'all watching the interview Bob Arum? When the interview was going off? I ain't watched the whole interview in depth, but you know, I watched little pieces of it. I heard little stuff here and there. But I watched this little small clip, right? It was at the end of it. And when the interview was going out, and I watched it, but I ain't really just watched it, you know, thoroughly in-depth type shit. I skimmed through it one time, like type shit. But I noticed at the end of this shit, Bob Aaron was saying something. Bud didn't come. Bob Aaron was like, that's what you get when you deal with her. And then the motherfucking interview ended. Like they stopped the interview. When Bud stood the interview up and he didn't come. Did y'all realize that Bob Aaron was talking shit at the end of the jump? Bob Aaron was saying something. I need the Lakers to play with a little more enthusiasm. He said, "You're on standby. We remember. The more I think about it, Bud can get a late round KO. If Bud stopped Porter Wild, I'd be shocked. And that's where Bud way more focused than Porter." Yeah, that's the energy I'm getting to, Dave. I wouldn't necessarily say, I guess I'd be shocked in the fact that nobody stopped Porter before. But I won't necessarily, I give him credit for it, but I wouldn't be shocked if he did it. If that make any sense. Because I believe Bud's the good. Bud just ain't fought nobody that, you know, that's on his level that proves he the good. But I believe he the goods. I wouldn't be surprised if he knocked Sean Porter out. I don't think he knocking Sean Porter out at all. But I won't be surprised if he did. I believe both these fighters probably get knocked down in this fight. No cap. To knock Sean, okay, now I give you that. To knock Sean Porter out would be fucking amazing though. To straight up knock him out though, like if he knock him out cold, Davis, I give you this. I ain't gonna hold you. If he knock now Isaiah, if he knock him out cold, Davis, if he knock that man out cold, like sleep, Sean Porter sleep on the mat. Now that's amazing, dog. Now that is amazing for sure. But like if he TKO him, stop him or something. Now I mean this, I can see, Bud, you know, I can see that rocking. But like to knock him out cold, like flat, sleep, snoring type shit. Now that shit'll be surprising. Now I'd be highly impressed with that. I'd be highly impressed with a win. I'd be impressed with a win, but I'd be highly impressed if he like sleep his ass. He said, "I get that, T." He said, "I get that, T." Shot. Now I'd be shocked if he knock his ass out cold though. Like, he catch his ass out cold. I'm gonna give him credit if he get the win, period, because he's Sean Porter. But if he knock him out cold, TKOing him and knocking him out cold is two different wins. You know what I'm saying? Both great wins. A win is a great win over Sean Porter. Both, you know, good wins, but damn, a knockout win over Sean Porter, like a real knockout win, not a TKO, a real knockout.
And get 2 months free. At Fingercut, we don't define you by your credit score. We celebrate you being you. So we offer low monthly payments.
Like a Tay Jones on the last dude type knockout. If Bud get the Tay Jones on the last dude type knockout, that's legendary. That'll live forever. Shout out my brother Bruce Gold. Roll up, Bruce Gold. I slid through your shirt earlier, Bruce Gold. I ain't say nothing because I was shaking and moving. I slid through your show, hit the light, rolled on out. Shout out my guy Bruce Gold. Appreciate you sliding through this joint, Bruce Gold. You at work, Bruce, or you chilling? Yeah. If Bud get one of them Tay Jones knockouts, That's legendary. That shit live forever. That's gonna live forever. Good shot, boy. Hey, look. Let's speak the ladder for a second, right? Let's speak the ladder for a second. We, everybody, us and everybody else, we talk about, you know, for Bud legacy, Bud this, if Bud do this, Bud do that. Let's talk about Shawn Porter for a second. Let's give, this is gonna be one hell of a weekend once again. Facts. Let's talk Shawn Porter for a second. If Shawn Porter beats Bud Crawford, what does that do for Shawn Porter's legacy? If Shawn Porter beats Bud Crawford, what does that do for Shawn Porter's legacy? Shawn Porter is the guy, and Bud Crawford said this too today on the he said this too today on the you know, on the 24/7. Bud said Shawn Porter has fought everybody. So why wouldn't I want to fight Shawn Porter? Although it had to be mandated, right? But he said Shawn Porter fought everybody. So therefore I see him as the biggest challenge in welterweight. With Shawn Porter fighting everybody, and if Shawn Porter is able to get a Bud Crawford win, because we speaking Shawn Porter right now, everybody talk Bud, you know, what if Bud do this, what if Bud do that. But if Shawn Porter is able to beat Bud Crawford, Shawn Porter cements himself as a Hall of Famer. Right now, what Shawn Porter is a borderline, you know, Hall of Fame guy. You know, he might get in, you know, late ballot Hall of Fame type deal. He might get in on the late ballot Hall of Fame, right? With a win over Bud Crawford, Shawn Porter would be considered a first, you know, second ballot, first guy, a first ballot Hall of Famer, first or second ballot for sure, Hall of Famer with a win over Bud Crawford. That'll take him from maybe getting into the Hall of Fame to being the lock within one fight. You know what I mean? So I want to give Shawn Porter some love. Shawn Porter has fought every single top welterweight you could think of. And what's the thing on Shawn Porter? What everybody like to say, even though I give him credit for the wins he did get, because people like to poo-poo Shawn Porter. What everybody like to say about Shawn Porter? Oh, he lose all his big fights. Yes, Shawn Porter has lost some big fights, but he don't lose all his big fights. When he beat Danny, that was a big fight. He beat Yordenis Ugas, who is now, he beat Yordenis Ugas, who is now currently a champion. Let's give Shawn Porter some credit for being Yordenis Ugas, who was currently a champion. He beat Yordenis Ugas. He beat Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? He beat Adrian Broner. He beat Adrian Broner is also one of those borderline Hall of Fame guys. You know, to be real with you know, keeping shit funky. He's a borderline Hall of Fame guy, unless you're a hater and you feelings over facts. But if you facts over feelings, AB borderline Hall of Fame too. So he got the AB win. He got the Danny Garcia win. He got the Yordenis Ugas win. And it's probably one that I'm missing type deal. So don't and let's say he get a Bud Crawford win to couple with all them. That's a Hall of Fame career, bro. And then you got, just look at his name, straight resume. Not wins or losses, just straight resume. Let's say he got the Ugas win, he got a Danny Garcia win, he got a Bud Crawford win, and he got a who I said Ugas, Danny, Adrian Broner, Terrence Crawford. And he fought Earl Spence. He fought Keith Thurman. He fought everybody. Let's say he fought Keith Thurman, Earl, Bud, Adrian Broner, Danny Garcia, Kell Brook. Goddamn. The list goes on with Shawn Porter. You know what I'm saying? He done fought the best, the best of the best. And they say he beat Bud on top of that. We got to put respect on Sean Porter because, you know, I'm hearing a lot of stories come out in a lot of different places. I'm not hearing no Sean Porter stories. What if Sean Porter is able to pull his motherfucking upset out, y'all? And he's highly capable. I know people saying it's 50-50, but what if Sean Porter pulls this out? What is going to be the conversation? Let's say it's Saturday night. Let's skip to Saturday night. What is going to be the conversation Sunday morning? And people are already saying, man, I don't want to see Porter Earl too. Porter Earl too, man. If Bud loses, where does Bud go from there? We know where Sean Porter going from there. Sean Porter going to the disc, man. Where does Bud go from there? You know what I'm saying? And if Sean Porter get a win, he resurrects his career. He's not going to the disc with a win. Matter of fact, he is going to the disc, but he's going to the disc as a 3-time welterweight champion. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter easily puts himself in the pound-for-pound conversation with a win over Terrence Crawford, right? But a lot of us feel like Terrence Crawford is what? The best boxing pound-for-pound? Top 3, top 5. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely a top 10 guy. Nobody has Terrence Crawford outside of the top 10. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people. I ain't going to say nobody. But, you know, majority of the people, 99.5% of the people got Terrence Crawford in their top 10 pound-for-pound. So, with Sean Porter, if he get a win over him, he's easily a pound-for-pound guy. Sean Porter being on the PBC side, I kind of think Sean Porter might be edging to go to goddamn top rank. That's just how I'm feeling about with everything going on. All the compliments that, you know, Bob Arum is giving, you know, Sean Porter. But I also noticed something too. Bob Arum, you know, been giving, well, when they do joint promotions, Bob Arum does give PBC, you know, credit. Bob Arum does talk well about PBC. Terry Smoot Jr. said, I got Bud at number 6. Terry, shut the fuck up. He used the white man. Oh, no, it just had a look on the phone. Shout out my nigga Terry Smoot Jr. sliding through this joint. This man said, I got Bud. Number 17. The man said number 17, though. That's an ugly ass number. Plus, I got Bud number 17. But yeah, though. So if Terry Smoot Jr. win this thing talking Bud, we end up talking motherfucking Bud Porter again, because you know it's Bud Porter fight week. So of course we gonna be talking Bud Porter. But I want to talk about Sean Porter for a second. What if Sean Porter beat Bud and shit like that? We all talking about, you know, Bud winning this. We talking about Earl Bud this, Earl Bud that. Bud saying I don't want to fight Earl. That fight is past me. That fight might really be past you, nigga, if you don't pull out this goddamn fight against Sean Porter. Even myself, I'm guilty of this too, y'all. I'm guilty of the same thing. I also just automatically, even though I try not to, I try to be open-minded about it, but I automatically just put Bud past Sean Porter too. I be talking about Bud Earl. He said he ain't gonna fight Earl. If you lose to Sean Porter, my nigga, you ain't gonna be able to fight Earl. There ain't no rematch clause in your contract. And I know Sean Porter said, I'll be glad to fight Bud again. But what your daddy said was, and your daddy is your manager, Sean, what your daddy said was, and your daddy really the one that make you fight and shit. We know how much rank your daddy got, as he should, because he a good daddy, he a good trainer, and he led you this far. He did everything motherfucking right. Kenny Porter, one of them guys, he done took his son all the way to the top, and he was able to maintain and stay steady and stay there with his son all the way through. He ain't have to leave him or no shit like that. Shout out Kenny Porter. But he said you ain't fighting Bud again if you ain't. So hey, I'ma listen to your manager, your dad, and all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? So what's next for Bud? He said Bud at number 6 for me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Top 10 for sure. And Bud at number 5 for me. You know what I'm saying? So but hell yeah. He a top fighter. And if Sean Porter is able to pull out this win against this top fighter, damn. The White, we got to get that man full credit because we already putting, especially on top of the fact we already putting Bud past him. And I'm guilty of this too myself. I said it even myself. We already putting Bud past Sean Porter.
111. That's the magic number, 111. And he scored 2 free tacos with a big purchase from
and you can say Sean lose all his big fights because that's the narrative, but you know, Southern T, I don't follow narrative. Southern T, you know, I follow the truth. And shit, I follow my eyes and my ears, you know what I'm saying? And what I feel within what is pure. And purely, goddamn it, if Sean Porter beat Bud, that's gonna be the win that he needs to get to put the respect on his name, because they say he lose all his big fights, which is not true at all. That's because people want to, you know, downplay Danny Garcia and all that good shit too. You know what I'm saying? So they be like, Danny Garcia lose all his big fights too. That's the narrative they like to paint. I think that's the narrative they like to paint on Earl Spencer opponent. Danny Garcia lose all his big fights too. Not forgetting that Danny Garcia knocked Matisse on his ass. He beat the fucking boogeyman in his division. And also forgetting, let me tell y'all something that y'all might not know her on Southern T. Me and my 7 niggas that's on her. Shout out to y'all folks. Let me tell you something that y'all might not know. Danny Garcia was the underdog in all of his big fights. Every big fight Danny Garcia had, go check the odds on Danny Garcia fights. Danny Garcia was the underdog. Danny Garcia was not supposed to win these fights. Newsflash. Danny Garcia was always upsetting the apple cart. Danny Garcia is the little underdog that could, to be real with you. And Danny Garcia is one of those dudes who fuck his shit up moving up to 147. Danny Garcia fucked his shit up moving up to 147. And I ain't just making, go check the stats, nigga. Danny Garcia was the underdog in all of his big fights against Matisse, against motherfucking Earl, against motherfucking Keith Thurman, against motherfucking Sean Porter, all them niggas. Danny Garcia wasn't supposed to win none of them fights. And he won some of them fights. So he did not lose all his big fights. Danny Garcia is another natural 140 guy that moved up to 140. Was supposed to lose to Matisse and Khan. Come on, I forgot about Khan. Underdog, bro. He was the underdog to all them folks. For real, and Khan too. And I looked this shit up. He was the underdog to all them, bro. Danny Garcia is the little underdog that could. So I really need people that not just go with a lot of I really need people not just to go with narratives on a lot of these fighters and a lot of shit that's going on with these times and shit. That's what I don't like. These days we go with a lot of narratives, you know, a lot of, you know, shit that's not true, a lot of shit that sound cool. But yeah, these guys are good fighters, man. You can't, I don't hold it against fighters for stepping up being great. The thing is, this is how I feel. The thing is, if you below 147, the real test for you probably is to go up to 140. If you consider yourself the best, at a point in time, people saw Danny Garcia the best under 140. Point in time, people saw Adrian Broner the best under 140. I mean, the best under 147. People saw Manny Pacquiao the best under 147. Floyd Mayweather, Adrian Broner. The thing is, when you step up, I don't knock you for going to fight with the big boys. The folks stabbing the shit out of you. I don't knock you from, because 147 is the start of the big boys. 147 is where the big dogs run. 147, 54, 60, 68, 75, 200, bridgeweight, heavyweight. That's where the big boys is. What you do there means a lot. That's why people want to say, oh, Earl is a career welterweight. First of all, since when do we start knocking people for being disciplined, able to stay on weight? Y'all won't say Earl is drunk or Earl be out of shape or Earl do this shit. Earl been able to stay at 147 his whole career. Since when do we knock people for being able to stay at one welterweight? I mean, at one weight. And damn, I lost my train of thought what I was talking about. Oh yeah, They want to knock Earl for staying at welterweight, but welterweight is where the big boys wrong type shit. What you do at 140, you going up to 147, it's a whole different thing. This is like Bud Crawford moved up from 140 to 147. That's why we all like, Bud, you need to fight somebody at 147 because you can't keep living off the 140 thing. We know you're a beast from 140. Everybody know that. But your fans want to live off just that. 140 and 147 is a different thing. What I be saying is, shit, if Adrian Broner fought the same people that Terence Crawford fought, Adrian Broner will be undefeated too. Adrian Broner be damn near 39-0 if he fought Terence Crawford. Folks at 147. The people that Adrian Broner fought at 147, if you flip Adrian Broner fights and you flip Terence Crawford fights, come on now. Adrian Broner he might have one loss. He might have one loss out of there. And then Terence Crawford, how many losses would Terence Crawford have out of Adrian Broner resume? You know what I'm saying?
My basketball career began in elementary school. For me, the game of basketball.
How many losses would Bud come with up out of there? Type deal. I'm just saying, man, it's different than 147. 147 is a different thing. Adrian Broner fought Sean Porter years ago. You know what I'm saying?
It literally takes you back to being a rookie, where it's new, it's fun, it's fresh, and it's exciting.
How many fights and how many years was Adrian Broner at 147 before he fought Sean Porter? You know what I mean? How many fights and how many years was Adrian Broner at 147 before he fought Sean Porter? He said Broner then in careers, if they went back to 140, would be different. Fact, if they never went up to 140, I don't knock 140 fighters for going up to 147 and struggling a little bit, bro. I don't knock. You see how hard it is for Mikey? Mikey lost to Earl at 147, and he lost to some nigga that nobody know, bro. He lost to somebody that nobody knows. At 147, 147 is different, bro. And I think that might have been like 145 he fought dude at. But oh shit. But when you get above 140, bro, it's a whole different ball game out there. 147 changed careers, bro. People want to act like it's a bad thing. Earl can stay at 147. Nah, Earl can stay at 147, compete with the best of the best of the best of the best. That's better. To me, if you ask me, I think that's better than having titles. I think that's better than being a motherfucking 4th division champion from 112 to goddamn 122. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to nobody at 112 or 122. But I think 4 divisions at 112 to 122 or 108 to 112, 115, 116, and all that shit. I don't think that shit compare to you having a solid career at 147 and above. I'm sorry, I think it's about the same thing. A multi-weight champion from 112 to 122, I rate them just like I rate Sean Porter. Sean Porter had a hell of a career at 147. I rate a fighter with all them divisions the same way I rate him, bro. Like, I'm not giving y'all credit for having 4, 5 divisions, and I know this man been fighting the best of the best at 147. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best pound for pound fighters in the world fight at 147, bro. 147. You know what I'm saying? For real. We want to give credit to all them little dudes. Oh, if they moved up, they'll be better than him pound for pound. They'll be better than them pound for pound. If they moved up, they'll be little as a motherfucker and they'll get beat the fuck up because they little everywhere they at. So if they moved up, they won't be the exact same size as Earl Spence. They'll be a small welterweight fighting Earl Spence with their skills and shit. And they'll be getting their ass beat the fuck up. That's how I look at fantasy fights. I don't put you the same size as Earl Spence. I put you as a small fucking welterweight in Earl Spence class, because that's what you will be. You won't be the same size as him. You will be a smaller welterweight fighting Earl Spence, and you'll get beat the fuck up. You will be a smaller welterweight fighting Terence Crawford, and you'll get beat the fuck up. You'll be a smaller welterweight fighting Bud. I'm talking about anyway right now. That's what I'm talking about anyway. You want to move anyway up pound for pound. And he got this many divisions. He can switch hit. He's strong. You move his ass up You move him up, he gonna be a small welterweight. He's 5. He ain't gonna grow to 5'10", nigga. He just gonna move his skill set up to where he at. He gonna gain weight and he gonna get his ass beat the fuck up. He not gonna even be as fast or as strong. Type that's how I look at it. He gonna get beat the fuck up. He's still gonna be smaller than them. I'm not making him bigger than them. I'm not making him hit their size. I'm just putting his skill level on the nigga who fight at welterweight. He get beat the fuck up by them folks. Earl go press him out. Bud go knock his ass out. Him and Bud go be a good fight because it'll be a firefight because both of them quick as fuck. But Bud too big for him to, in the end. They can't beat them folks, bro. They cannot beat them folks. I'm sorry, they can't. I love Roberto Duran. I love Roberto Duran, and he beat Sugar Ray Leonard. But he also got his ass knocked smooth out by Tommy Hearns. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. His weight class is for a reason. And really, Duran is a bad example because Duran the motherfucker. Duran held his own. That's a bad example. Let me use somebody else. I love Sweet Pea Pernell Whitaker, right? Now I use Floyd Mayweather for relevancy. You know, I love Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather would get his ass whooped at like one if he fight motherfucking Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? If he go up to fight Andre Ward, he would get his ass whooped out the fact that he just too little. And I mean, you want to do? He just too little. Like it just wouldn't work that way, bro. It just wouldn't work out. It just wouldn't work out for him. It just wouldn't work out for him, bro. Like his weight class is for a reason, bro. But I grade Floyd high because Floyd actually fought at 147, 154. You know what I'm saying? He actually fought in the big class and he did pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So Floyd Mayweather a bad example. Floyd Mayweather a bad example too. Because he a motherfucker. So that Floyd Mayweather a bad example. Basically, ain't no little niggas moving up that ain't ready. Basically, if you move up and you ain't ready, I don't hold it against you, basically what I'm getting at. Duran moved up, he was ready. Floyd, moved up, he was ready. Bud Crawford moved up, he ain't even fought nobody. He about to fight Terrence Crawford now. He been here 4 fucking years, 3 years, and ain't fought nobody. We don't even know if he ready yet. We about to see if he ready to fight his son. But now he talking about going to 150. So I don't know what the fuck going on with Bud. So we don't even know what Bud, if Bud ready or not. You know what I'm saying? Who else moved up and was ready? Manny Pacquiao moved up, he was ready. You know what I'm saying? But Mikey Garcia don't got 1 win. AB got a couple wins. Sean Porter got wins. He a career welterweight. He got wins. You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia don't got no big wins, but he got a couple wins at welterweight. And I don't hold it against them niggas. Because at 140, that was dog. That was the best. That was the best at 140. Josh Taylor is 30 years old. If Josh Taylor move up to welterweight next year, Josh Taylor, he'll be 31? So let's say he had 1 fight at the end of the year at welterweight next year. That means he'll have what? 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Let's say he retire at 36. He'll have 4 more years. He gonna fight at welterweight. Y'all don't think Josh Taylor gonna take some losses at welterweight? Talk to me real quick. Y'all don't think Josh Taylor gonna take some losses at welterweight? Think about the welterweights he gonna be in the classes and shit with. Think about the welterweights he gonna have to fight first. The first welterweight he fight gonna have to be Earl Spence or Terrence Crawford or Sean Porter or Dennis Ugas or somebody like that. That's probably a fucking loss. And then think about the welterweights that's up in there. You got Virgil Ortiz, you got Jerome Booth Ennis, you got motherfucking Castile Clayton, you got motherfucking Conor Benn, you got motherfucking Brian Norman Jr., you got motherfucking motherfucking Keith Thurman. You got motherfucking Keith Thurman up in there. You got motherfucking what's that dude name? Adi Sidon. You got motherfucking Adi Sidon up in there. The boy ass gonna take some losses, y'all. Unless he fight Mikey Garcia. His first fight should be Mikey Garcia. Josh Taylor versus Mikey Garcia to get him warmed up at welterweight. Let Josh Taylor beat the fuck out of Mikey Garcia type shit. But other than like, bro, it's gonna be tough for him up there, bro. He did Crouton Clay versus Quadruple Armadillo on pay-per-view. Facts, bro. Crouton Clay versus Quadruple Armadillo on motherfucking pay-per-view. Now, put it on the undercard. He said Taylor F around and B keep them. Yeah, type shit, you know, but I'm saying it's gonna be some fights for him up there though. I ain't saying them losses, I'm just saying like you better believe he gonna take some losses up there.
All you're doing, he was catching elevate. That's right. That's what he does.
It's gonna be. I ain't tripping on that. He might, but it's gonna be some fights for him at 147. I'm getting it. Like 147 is the different beast. 147 and up. And don't let me. I'm not. And I am just saying 147 too. By the way, 147 and up is a different beast, bro. For real though, like 147 and up, like that's a different monster. You could be the best. Who's the best fighter? The best fighter at 130. Who's the best fighter at 130? Let's say the best fighter at 130 is let's say the best fighter at 130 is Shakur Stevenson. Let's say the best fighter at 135 is Tank Davis, Devin Haney, and T.O., right? If Shakur, Tank Davis, Devin Haney, and T.O. went up to 147 tomorrow, and let's say they had to fight let's say realistically, they fought 4 fights in 4 months, right? They didn't take no damage in the fights, but you know, they was healthy enough to fight 4 fights in 4 months. But them folks gonna fuck around and take a loss, bro. 4 straight fights at 147, they fuck around. Let's say they have 4 straight fights at 147, and they gotta fight somebody in the top 12 every time. If all of them have 4 fights at 147 and they gotta fight somebody in the top 12 each time, bro, them niggas go fuck around and have 2 losses, a loss or 2 coming out of that motherfucker. You better believe it. They gonna have a couple losses coming out that bitch. You listen, because these in fact shit, most of them taking loss. That's what I'm saying. They gonna have a couple losses coming out that motherfucker. One, they'll be lucky to have 1 loss coming out that motherfucker. They'll be lucky to have 1 loss coming out that motherfucker. And I want to be hard on them and say top 10, but I'm gonna say top 12. I'm gonna give them a little leeway. If they had to fight 4 fights and they got to be 12, that means 12, 12, 11, 10, 9 type shit. If you want to do it like that, if you want to take the easiest route type shit. But if they do that way, they might have 3 or so, but they're gonna end up bumping heads with each other type shit. They're gonna end up bumping heads with each other type shit. So, but yeah, that shit ain't that 147 and up shit ain't no joke though, bro. Mikey can't get a win. Danny Garcia can't get a big win. Sean Porter got some big wins, but damn, he lost some big. He got just as many big wins as he got just as many big losses as he got big wins. Keith Thurman got a loss against Manny Pacquiao. Bud been in 147 for years and ain't fought nobody just yet. He fights Sean Porter. That's one person. Errol Spence ain't got a loss yet. He started his string of, hard fights all the way through. He ain't got a loss yet, but it's bound. One bound to come. One bound to come, bro. At this rate, you know what I'm saying? Just if he finishes his career undefeated, I'd be surprised. Errol Spence, for real, with what he been through and the way he fight, I'd be surprised if that man finished undefeated. With who he fight, what he been through, and how he fight, I'd be surprised if that man come out of his career undefeated. You know what I'm saying? This shit Floyd, don't expect people to do that shit Floyd did, dog. Realistically, I'm not expecting no fucking body to do what Floyd did. Be real with you. Niggas is not finna do what Floyd Mayweather did, bro. And guess what? He didn't even pop 30 for steroids. Don't even got no steroid allegations, no shit like that. Shout out to NBA champion King Parker looking beautiful on this screen. Don't even got no steroid allegations or shit like that.
We know he's known for his mid-range game, but he's doing it in a variety of ways.
But yeah, you go take some losses though. That 147 and up shit ain't no joke, bro. Charlo got lost. We ain't even gonna start on 154. Not even gonna start on 154. 154, hella losses, everybody. 160, they won't even fight each other. So they ain't got no losses. 168, shit, they ain't got too many people, but shit. You know, Canelo don't got lost, Benavidez don't got lost, Plank got lost now. Billy Joe got a loss. Type shit. So they about half and half. 175, Joe Smith got hella losses. Bivol undefeated and Beterbiev undefeated. But Beterbiev got 16 fights. Bivol ain't fought nobody really. Type shit. Bivol probably got the best, I guess, resume out of them. But Beterbiev finna fight Marcus Brown. So that's interesting. I feel like Joe Smith lost his last fight. He already got 2 losses. I think WBO just like Joe Smith. They wanted him to be the champion. So they gave him the belt. Don't nobody give a fuck about cruiserweight. In heavyweight, everybody taking losses. There's so many heavy hitters in heavyweight, everybody taking. Anybody undefeated but Tyson Fury. And nobody undefeated but Tyson Fury. And he took 2 years out. He got a 2-year break on everybody. So everybody had 2 years of fighting where he was sitting there chilling. And he undefeated. But you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really undefeated. Crack cocaine and PEDs defeated Tyson Fury. But he undefeated though. But everybody else got losses in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Niggas taking losses up. But the folks taking losses down below the people that's fighting people and shit like that. But yep, I want to see anyway. I saw my boy Isaiah Felix say something about anyway. I want to see anyway fight Cool Boy too, type deal. But I think they lining up anyway in Donner rematch. Donner got a fight coming up too, by the way. Yeah, I want to see anyway move up for sure. I've been seeing anyway at the 122 fight, scoping out competition and shit like that. I've been seeing anyway at the 122 fight, scoping it out. So I want to see, I want to see, what they got going on. And it's crazy. I put Tyson Fury up here, and I ain't had nobody come through here because I put Tyson Fury up here. And Tyson Fury ain't got no fans. We ain't excited about Dylan White, Tyson Fury. We ain't. Don't nobody give a fuck about it. I know nobody ain't give a fuck about this, but I want to talk about it. But we always be talking about bunk shit on here though. But I just wanted to, Deontay Wilder on that suspension. He on suspension. He can't fight until 6 months. He on suspension because after the fight, they put you on suspension when you in a tough fight. So he on suspension, he can't fight. So I want to talk about the heavyweights type shit. Don't nobody fuck with Tyson Fury and Dylan White though. But hell yeah. My boy Conor Ben fight Chris Algier. I'm excited about my boy Conor Ben fighting Chris Algier. He fighting another boxer. What I'm worried about is Chris Algier boxing his fucking face off. My first thought, I would think Chris Algier is still in shape. He's a boxing trainer. He's a nutritionist. Pure boxer. Never had too much power. So, he not one of those guys who depend on his power. Over his career, Conor Ben has shown defensive issues. But his last couple fights, can't really tell out the Vargas fight because he sparked him, against Famela, and, against Granados. he showed defensive improvement. He showed more head movement. Or what I didn't like is that he didn't cut the ring off on Granados. I think he could do a better job at that. And Chris Algieri is, a masterful boxer. And if you don't cut the ring off on Chris Algieri, if Chris Algieri is, what I remember, Chris Algieri will be able to outbox him if he don't get his ass slumped. You know what I'm saying? But again, I will proceed. Chris Algieri is in good shape. So I'm thinking that, he still can move. And unlike Granados, Chris Algieri does throw his offense. Granados traditionally does throw his offense. But against Conor Bean, he didn't. He ran for most of the fight. But Algieri, pump his jab out there. He get involved offensively a little bit. Again, not the strongest guy. But I think if Conor Bean should be working on cutting the ring off. I see him moving his head more now on defense. Now he should be cutting the ring off. You know what I'm saying? He already, throw his jab a lot. Whether he hit you with it or he just throw it out there, he's always trying to hit you with it. Whether he lands it or not, Conor Bean is going to, pump his jab. He's going to throw a lot of punches and he going to move his head a lot. Conor Bean wants to fight in there, walk you down, stalk you down, move your head kind of fight. They get you hit some. But I think he'll get hit less. He move his head more now, so he get hit less. I think he'll get hit even less if he, learn how to, cut the ring off and he move his feet a little better. You know what I'm saying? But Conor Bean got a fight coming up against Chris Algieri, December 4th or December 11th? I want to say December 11th. So I'm interested in that case. I'm a pro Conor Bean guy. I'm not. I'm probably one of the only guys. I'm probably one of the only few guys who probably rate Conor Bean, probably fuck with Conor Bean. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fighting Chris Algieri is something that I'm interested in. We got JoJo versus Devin Haney coming up. We got JoJo versus Devin Haney coming up. I kind of think people underrating JoJo a little bit in the Devin Haney fight. I know Devin Haney, the man. I know Devin Haney is nice. I am picking Devin Haney to win, of course. No, I ain't stupid. But I think JoJo presents the toughest matchup of Devin Haney's career so far. There was Linares previous to this fight, which was his last fight. Devin Haney is constantly improving. With his fight, he's going up. He's not going down. You know what I'm saying? Type B on his fight. He went from Linares, a veteran multi-division champion, to JoJo Diaz. You know what I'm saying? A fighter in his prime who is also a former champion. You know what I'm saying? JoJo Diaz only had one loss. He has lost to Gary Russell Jr., who I rate highly. Gary Russell was in my top 10 pound for pound. Gary Russell is in my top 15, pound for pound. But he fell out of my top 10 because Gary Russell ain't had a fight in about a year and some change. Damn near Gary Russell ain't had a fight in about a year and some goddamn change. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take him out, but JoJo D at my top 10. So JoJo D is only, got lost to Gary Russell Jr. JoJo Diaz is a former champion at 130, former IBF champion. He beat Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer was on a 5-fight win streak, I think. He defended his belt 4 times, or he was either on a 4-fight win streak. He defended his belt 3 straight times, something like that. But Tevin Farmer was on a win streak when JoJo Diaz beat him. You know what I'm saying? I grade Tevin Farmer higher than, a lot of people grade Tevin Farmer. People want to give Canelo a lot of credit for fighting, 4 fights in 13 months or whatever it was. Tevin Farmer had already did that, and nobody blinked the eye. So shout out to Tevin Farmer for that. But JoJo Diaz beat Tevin Farmer for his IBF belt, and if he beat Devin Haney, he would be a 2-division champion, 130, 135 IBF WBC, who is over Tevin Farmer and Devin Haney. And I think we have to start looking at JoJo Diaz in a different light than a lot of us look at JoJo Diaz. But this is a big fight for both Devin Haney and JoJo Diaz. Devin Haney at the 135-pound division. A lot of people want to see him fight Teofimo Lopez. I'm one of them people. Teofimo Lopez hasn't really seemed interested in the Devin Haney fight. You know what I'm saying? But Devin Haney is seen as like one of those people who's ducked at the 135-pound division. He's looking at the boogeyman. I'm too a believer of this. I think it's kind of strange how everybody is fighting everybody except Devin Haney. I think it's strange how Ryan Garcia always wanted to jump in to steal Devin Haney fights. Ryan Garcia was about to steal this fight, but he pulled out just like he jumped in and stole the Fortuna fight. And then he pulled out, and then JoJo ended up fighting Fortuna. It's like JoJo always ended up fighting the guys that pulled out on Ryan, and Ryan ended up signing with JoJo Diaz. After Devin Haney, JoJo Diaz got the fight, and Ryan pulled out on him again. I think Ryan kind of, just need to figure out what he want to do. I don't think Ryan is always with it, always there when it comes to boxing right now. I think Ryan needs to figure out what he want to do. I saw Ryan on my Snapchat today playing basketball, and he had a pretty good game. He had a pretty good game on the Snapchat. He had a pretty good game on the Snapchat. So I don't know if Ryan is a boxer, Ryan just, a social media star type deal. But if Ryan just want to fight Scruggs, I think Ryan just needs to fight Scruggs, and it's just how it needs to go. But, we finally got the JoJo Diaz Devin Haney fight. I think people, if Devin Haney beat JoJo Diaz, this is a great win. I think I rate JoJo Diaz higher than a lot of people. And I think if JoJo Diaz beat Devin Haney again, we got to look at JoJo Diaz in a different light. I think if JoJo Diaz beat Devin Haney, I think if Devin Haney beat JoJo Diaz, coupled with the Linares win back-to-back, we got to start looking at Devin Haney as a legit guy. All that questioning of Devin Haney, I think we're going to have to stop that, because who has the best win out of the young prospects? When I say young prospects, I mean Shakur, Devin, Chris Colbert. Some people want to add Tank Davis with them, even though Tank Davis is a little older. Some people want to add Tank Davis. Tank Davis. Who had the best win out of them? Maybe you say, Jamel Herring. Tank Davis got that, Pedraza win. If you look at Tank Davis moving up to 140, just off, challenge alone, maybe you say that one. Devin Haney is ending up with the Linares win. But if you couple Devin Haney Linares win with the JoJo Diaz win, I think Devin Haney will have the best resume out of the young guys. So Devin Haney has a lot to fight for. His championship belt, WBC belt, being one. And also, him beating JoJo Diaz, adding that to the resume, it'll be big for Devin Haney. It'll be big for Devin Haney. Yes, so I talked about Devin, Carneville. Trying to think who we got coming up. Oh yeah, I mentioned Tank Davis. Shit, Tank Davis versus Isaac Cruz. I got Tank Davis to win this fight. Tank Davis probably gonna knock him out. I think this is a more competitive fight than Tank Davis versus Riley. I see some people saying, "Oh, I'm not interested no more because Riley not fighting." Shit, I think Cruz may be a little better than Riley. And I'm gonna say this: I seen Tank Davis and Isaac Cruz press conference today. Tank Davis said something interesting. They asked Tank Davis. They said, "Do you think Isaac Cruz is a better fight than Rolly Romero?" Tank Davis said something interesting. Tank Davis said, "He said, I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I don't know how to answer that question because I haven't been in the ring with either of them yet." He said, "I think I got to get in the ring. I have to get in the ring with both of them before I can say." He's still leaving the window open to fight Rolly Romero. I think Tank really wanted to get Rolly Romero fight for some reason. I think they got real beef. And I had made a tweet on Twitter. I said, just watching the press conference, I said, I hope Tank, because the opponent switched to Isaac Cruz, Tank is uninterested in the fight because he seemed indifferent, in the press conference. He did seem indifferent to me. He was like, when he was riding Mero, they asked him a question. They said, Tank, how I feel going up against a guy like Isaac Cruz? A guy that don't speak too much English. He said they got to be different. Tank Davis was like, he was like, man, I don't really know. He said with Riley, it was more personal. So, he said, I didn't even want to do the press conference with Riley at first. But he said with Riley, it was more personal. So, I had a lot to say. He said with him, he said, I don't really got, too much to say. He said, I ain't really been around. He said, I got to feel him out, peep him out, and, before I could really say. He was like, I'm cool. I'm really just chilling. I hope he didn't lose interest in it because, he was so hyped because he was Riley Romero and he wanted to put hands on Riley. Now it's Isaac Cruz and, he don't really too much feel away or not about, Isaac Cruz type deal. So I hope he ain't got to that point type deal. And the Lakers, they let these folks ass get up, motherfucking 13, fucking up my bet. Lakers to let these folks get up 13, fucking up my goddamn bet.
State Farm. You here? This must be a State Farm. Sure is. It also means it's about to go down.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are going to go surprisingly great.
I should have known better than to put motherfucking.
Have a nice day.
Told you. Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
Who are you talking to?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hello, y'all. Oh. Like it's bullshit, man. Like it's bullshit. Like it's fucking up my shit, y'all. Like it's fucking up my shit. Like it's fucking up my night. That's what they doing.
Try them today. Only at Ruiz. Want more NBA action? Jump into League Pass and stream live games.
Like it's fucking up my night, though. What they doing, man? But here, y'all basically make this motherfucking lecture. I know that WBC talking that talk like they finna mandate. At least that's the word on the street. Here at Southern T. Here at Southern T, I just do my job.
It's something we see just about every night. Green Gambarino jerseys in the house. That happens all the
No, at Southern T, I just do my job to bring y'all the info. WBC talking that talk like they finna mandate Tyson Fury.
the next 5 games, and they're all on the road. This is the road trip. It's just right at the Thanksgiving.
And they talking like they finna mandate Tyson Fury deal. And I know.
And then the Pacers to close it out. That's it back, and we're ready to go. Finally, the Lakers will have an extended trip. Number 3 road games so far this year. Who has been the NBA? Wow, they called an offensive foul on Russell Westbrook. They're trying to set a screen on for Anthony Davis. They're saying that he held the guys. One timeout. Odds on the Bulls. They won 6 out of the first 7 to open the season. 3-3 over the last 6, but coming off of the win over the Clippers after this week yesterday. But the users go right there over 9 minutes score. This guy didn't have much respect for defenders because of his ability to elevate. He just, even out first, or he just jumps over the 21 mark. Perfect. Picking it down to Ruiz.
Oh, that's crazy. God damn it. Lakers blowing my shit. I bet you.
That's his first shot of the game. First shot, first foul. But he does have 5 rebounds and a couple of assists. Last time this Chicago franchise was in the playoffs with 2016 and 17.
He fought down 13. Come on, Russell, put some of that. This nigga turned the whole over. Almost. That boy almost got that bitch stuck in the corner. Y'all lost that bit, huh? Let me see if that. Let me see if they let me go and cash my coins out for that one. I ain't gonna get shit right about now, but let me see what they'll give me back for the Lakers Bulls. Lakers was the underdog. I thought I was going to take the Bulls as the underdog. I fuck with the Lakers. Well, I fuck with LeBron, so I fuck with the Lakers. If they were the underdog, so you know what, I was like, let me ride with them. But the Bulls on their ass. I still think some in me think they're gonna come back. Then again, I'm like, hell nah. They probably don't even let me get out there jump, but they might let me get out mine because I won 2 other games on their jump, so mine still might be worth something. So mine worth a little more than the straight bet. So I still might be able to get out because I won 2 games. Nah, they told me here, nah, nope, I can't get out. But they ain't told me that. Sometimes it takes a second for it to load. No, I can't get out of shit. No, I can't get out of shit. No, it's over. I lost it, John. It's over. I just realized on that ticket, I had Toronto and Chicago. I mean, I had Toronto and the Lakers. Toronto getting their ass beat too.
We can reduce that by almost half.
So it's over for that parlay.
We reduced that down to as little as 24 to 36 months. Lastly, how about the stress from being in debt? We can help reduce that too. Visit creditassociates.com for free information on how we can reduce your debt and save you thousands. Giant wooden block towers.
But here it is.
The bar on game night. Golf simulators make tea time anytime. Turntables that turn good times into great times. Portable projectors that transform your space. Just got a whole lot of
But that's all I want to tell y'all. But I really just came on to tell y'all that WBC they might be mandating Tyson Fury and Dylan White. I know we won't give a fuck about Tyson Fury and Dylan White, but they might be mandating Tyson Fury and Dylan White. I want to let y'all know. So if they jump happen, if they jump happen, then they put Wild and Ruiz into more play. You know, Wild and Trevor Bryan still in the play. Ruiz versus Ortiz was in play, but Ortiz got Ortiz and Charles Martin just came to agreement. So Ruiz don't got an opponent, Wilder don't got an opponent. You know what I'm saying? So the heavyweight, I think the heavyweight division, is creeping on back up. And we still got Tyson Fury, Usyk, in the works. We got to see what Tyson Fury gonna do about this Dylan White situation. I think he might go the franchise route. But then we got a lot of questions. Is Usyk gonna want the franchise? Usyk go fight Wilder or what? Or Wilder and White gonna be mandated type shit. Who you just never know. But Skin Hardaway 17. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. This the present. That's how we rocking, and I'm out.
So the key is
And the reason I'm getting out so early is because, you know, I got some other shit going, but and because I refuse to give Tyson Fury a video any longer than, you know, an hour. I really gave it already an hour and a half, and that's too fucking long to begin with. But I really just wanted to, you know, come on and let y'all know, you know, what was shaking. And I think that I might start doing my videos like this, you know, my tail of the tapes. I might start doing my, you know, my certainties like this, just going live, doing them, just, you know, getting out type shit. That way I can start doing I can start doing my videos too. He said, "What up, T family in the chat? What's good, St. Louis? I'm getting ready to get out to John St. Louis." But I was just saying I didn't want to give Tyson Fury no long ass live stream. I'm not giving Tyson Fury, you know, no life. I just want to really report this news that, you know, WBC saying that they might mandate Tyson Fury versus Wilder. That's been Andrew Ruiz. I mean, they might mandate Tyson Fury versus Dylan White, and then that's been Andrew Ruiz into Deontay Wilder into play because Ortiz wanted to fight Andrew Ruiz, but Ortiz and Charles Martin signed the fight. So Ortiz and Charles Martin is the lock. You know what I'm saying? WBC might be getting ready to lock in Dylan White versus White. So shit, we might not have nothing left but to get Andrew Ruiz versus Wilder. So Andrew Ruiz, he said, "Damn, missed you this time." My bad. Nah, it's all cool, G. It's all cool. I think I'm gonna start doing more of my live streams, more of my videos like this. You know how I do them, like how I make my videos. Right? I drop my videos and I give my info. I think I'm gonna start doing it like this. I think I'm gonna put my picture up still the same way. You know, 2 fighters I'm talking about, but I'm gonna go live, give my shit, and I'm gonna get out type shit. But I don't want to get Tyson Fury no life. I don't want to get Tyson Fury no life though. But I really want to, you know, really just, you know, say what's going on. Charles Martin Ortiz, you know, has been sick. WBC might be getting ready to sit Wilder White, and we never know what the fuck Tyson Fury gonna do. We don't know he gonna ask to be franchised, and we don't know if Alexander Usyk gonna want to even fight for no franchise belt. So the heavyweight division about to get to shaking and moving again. You know what I'm saying? I'm really just waiting for Deontay Wilder to come back. I know too much shit ain't shaking without Deontay Wilder. You see, I can't even get people to come through here on the Tyson Fury video. Tyson Fury don't even got no fans. Tyson Fury only had hype because he was fighting Deontay Wilder, and motherfuckers want to see Deontay Wilder lose. When Deontay Wilder lose, you can't even get motherfuckers, you know, to come through and talk about Tyson Fury. They want to come through and troll on Tyson Fury videos and shit when you talk about Tyson Fury. But when you actually have a conversation about him, they don't even be coming through to support their boy. And they're supposed to be their boy, St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to give that nigga no life. I just want to, you know, state that you know, the heavyweight division might be getting ready to come back to life pretty soon. For sure, gonna be came back to life by the middle of next year, by midsummer. She gonna be popping out. Deontay Wilder be back. We might have motherfucking Ortiz versus Martin gonna be on New Year's. We might have motherfucking Tyson Fury versus Dylan White or Tyson Fury versus Usyk, depending on how they go. The WBC mandated mandatory. Tyson Fury got to handle his business, or he got to lose his belt. Are we gonna have Dylan White versus Usyk? We gonna have Dylan White versus Wilder for the WBC vacant belt. Then have Wilder versus Usyk. You know what I'm saying? We just never know what the fuck gonna be going on. But well, hell yeah. I'm gonna get the fuck up out here. Lakers blowing my shit. And then I'm probably gonna get active. You know, just a little second. So I'm finna go and get right before I get active. But I appreciate y'all folks sliding through. Skinny Hardaway 17. This ain't the past, this ain't the future. There's the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out.